Hey, what's up, folks? It's me. I'm back, Sonny T. Back in the lab with another podcast for marketers. Exclusive. So, catch me on SoundCloud at Sonny-T-1. I'm going to start podcasting one day. Funnel. HackerPro.com. Stealthy Millionaire on Instagram. You know, on Instagram now, you're getting snippets, kind of like a preview. It's really cool. Podcast for marketers on YouTube. Billionaire Vids with an S on Snapchat. Billionaire Vid without the S on Twitter. Podcastformarketers.com for a free MP3 player. And I'm going to be adding an Amazon FBA MP3 player as well as a all-around hustler MP3 player as well. You just got to pay for your fucking shipping. And what's that going to do? Smash that thumbs up, man, if you like this video. And fucking subscribe to this channel if you like the content. I'll be uploading videos every day. So, boom. So what that's going to be doing with the Hustle MP3 player is if you decide that you don't want a social media marketing agency, I'm going to make classes for you guys so you can get your hustle on, man. Just flat out whatever you want. It's going to be a Hustle MP3 player with email marketing tips on how to get started with marketing, how to write your emails, how to get started in affiliate marketing, just small little short tips, just how to hustle in general online. I'm just going to start up a Hustle MP3 player, and it's going to have everything, how to start up a Fiverr, how to do Fiverr arbitrage even, right? So it's just 1,000,001 ways to get your hustle on the internet, man. It's going to be a really good class. And it's totally free. You just got to pay for your fucking shipping. So today, what are we talking about, man? Somebody asked me, we're going to talk about relationships, okay? And yesterday, somebody asked me, says, Sonny, you know, I've been emailing, and I haven't been able to convert any sales, and I've been paying 80 cents a click for my ads on, or 80 cents an email for my ads on Facebook, and I've been collecting emails, whatever, but I haven't been able to convert. And I gave him a shitty answer, man, and I hate this answer. The answer was like, oh, you need to have a relationship with your subscribers, you know? And I kind of said, well, listen, my subscribers love me because I have a relationship with them, right? And I gave him a shitty answer because, I used to see people give that same fucking answer when I was looking up. I think I told you guys, but if you're new, I had a discussion with my wife one day, and I was showing her every type of marketing there was, and then I drew lines, and all of it ended up, that you had to email people in the end, right? And I'm like, the email list is where it's at, right? And it's true. When people say the money's in the list, people that tell you that money's not in the list, they're full of shit. The money is definitely in the list, right? But what they're not telling you is how awesome the list could be, right? So let me tell you what I've done. I've paid for solo ads, right? Solo ads are fucking garbage, okay? I haven't found anyone to give me any really cool solo ad email subscribers, right? They were all pretty much garbage, right? And then I can tell you that I'm building an email list from Facebook. And that is pretty much average to maybe a little below average. But it's better than fucking solos, okay? Then I have my own list, okay? And what this list comprises of is buyers or people that opted in, okay? And I won't lie to you, I also have people that have abandoned my cart, okay? But let me show you the difference, though. These people maybe never even open my emails at all, and you're talking like a 3 to 8% open rate, maybe, and a negligible, a negligible like 0.5% actually click through rate, right? And then when you have a Facebook, the Facebook, our average to below opens, what I mean by that is probably like 8% to, sometimes 10% open rate, which is almost industry standard, almost. And a 1 to 3% actual click through rate. Okay? But let me show you what my list does. And you saw those numbers, right? Solos are 3% to 8%, or 6% opens. The Facebook list that I've built is, almost industry standard. But my open rates are 30% on my email list and somewhere near a 15% click-through rate. This is fucking astounding, right? This is absolutely great numbers. These are the numbers that you want to see, right? And you don't need a huge list. I'm talking about 600 people on a list. You can make a living off of it. Why? Because I have a relationship with my list. I don't bang my email list out every day, and I could, but I don't. I send out emails. I don't even call them nurturing emails. I actually send out encouraging, motivational emails with no sales at the end of it. And that's not suggested to do by anyone. But I might do it at least twice or 3 times a month to remind my list that I am here and that they have subscribed to me. Here's something motivational. And I'll send a sales letter through with just flat out, they know it's just this is me releasing a course. If you're interested, cool. If not, cool. Here's a direct link to the cart if you don't want to be serenaded. If you do want to be serenaded, here's a link to the sales page. This is what I have for you. And that's it. It's a very short email. It's not disrespectful. It's not trying to fool them into something. And then every once in a while, I'll send an email through that's kind of witty. And maybe it might have a sales pitch on the end of it, right? But I wanted to show you a little bit something funny, right, that I did today to kind of prove my point. So here we are at the group, and I posted up this post with an email, right? And it's called, I Know You Want to Hate It. And I basically listed out about how I got caught out in the Pyrenees in the cold fishing, right? But at the end of the letter, I says, you want to know how to write emails like this and form a relationship with your subscribers, watch tonight's YouTube video, right? And nobody really read through that. What they did is they skimmed through the email, right? They didn't read the entire thing. They skimmed through it and they got the gist that I was in some type of survival situation, right? But they didn't just tell me to fuck off. I got comments that were actually talking about, first of all, how are you that cold? It's in May. Well, he didn't read the whole email, did he? I even told him, you didn't read the whole email. And then he went back and read. He goes, oh, you fell in the water. He still hadn't read the entire email. This other guy, Jorge, was like, oh, man, I just wanted to make sure you were okay. The point is that they actually read it and they responded to it. And they might not have read the entire email, but the point is that I'm engaged and I have relationships with my people. And the most thing that they were looking at, because they're not survivalists, is they were looking at my well-being. They don't do the whole survival thing. So they were like, well, fuck that, Sonny. But, because they weren't interested. But my point was that in the email, I was like talking about a Bear Grylls knife, right? And to a survivalist, that was like scratching fucking nails against a cardboard chalkboard, right? Because they hate Bear Grylls. He's not a real survivalist. They would never buy his knife. But actually, I do own that Bear Grylls knife. And the story was fictional, but they believed it. Because I have a relationship with the people that I deal with. And I wanted to talk about how you can do that, even with those Facebook ads. Now, solos, I'm not so sure, man, that you can turn solos around. And if you were going to do just solo ads, and if you don't know what solo ads are, just Google it. Or, yeah, just Google it. You don't have to buy my course for that. Just Google it. I do have a course talking about how to use solo ads, and I just don't like them anymore. But if you're going to do this with solos, you need to turn it around, and you need to bang out your list every day and start cutting out the people. And I would build a list of maybe 100,000 subscribers. And then I would start banging out my list every day and start to see who's opening. And I have this same thing right now. Who opens my mails and then who clicks on my mails, on my emails, right? And I would start plucking those people out. And I would get a good solid 15% of those people that are actually doing that. And then I would call the rest of them, and then I would build another list of 100,000 people and do it over and over and over again. Then you end up with a pretty good list and with a pretty good relationship with that list. Now, if you're buying solos, there's something like 30 cents a piece though, right? So my question to you is, if you're going to buy solos at 30 cents a piece, I get my Facebook emails for that at 30 cents a piece. So I wouldn't buy solos. To be honest with you, I wouldn't buy solos. I would buy Facebook ads in the niche that you're looking for, right? And how I would buy those ads, or what I would do is I would run an ad. Like, say, for instance, if you're in the survival niche, okay? I would run those ads to a really broad audience, and what it would be is probably one of those. Have you guys seen those gadgets that have been running on the Lad Bible and these other little things? And they got these little survival tool. There's one of them that's a multi-tool, and there's one of them that was a axe that was a knife sharpener, an axe. It had a fire striker on it, and it was just a really sharp axe. And it was a survival tool, right? The guy was he was batoning wood, and he was doing everything he had to do with the axe. Then the other survival tool is like 11 tools in one. It's like a credit card tool, right? And it's a really good video to see who watches, but I would wait and see who watched 50% of that video, but also tell them that they could get that for free, okay? And see who gets in your list for that freebie tool. And you're going to pay about 30 cents and sometimes cheaper, 15 cents to 30 cents an email subscriber, right? What's really cool, though, is if they opt in for that survival tool or one of your knives, you can either do one or two things. You can either drop ship the knife, or you can actually purchase it and send it yourself, or Ryan Dice has an affiliate program, right? Now, here's what's cool about that. It will work out to where you're going to either break even, or you're going to actually maybe lose maybe 10%. Okay? Something like that. But that's not that bad. A break-even funnel is very good. But I make money doing what I'm telling you right now. And I can actually make 100% on this. 100% return on investment, plus I get the email list, right? And what's really cool about this is you're going to get industry standard open rates. Now that you know how to get your emails, okay, I'm going to tell you I can't really explain to you how to write emails out. Now, you've seen the whole like soap opera sequences, okay, and then they have Ben Settle's little, what everybody's calling Seinfeld emails, right? Which it really isn't a thing, But what was Seinfeld about? Absolutely fucking nothing. There were just little anecdotes. It was like it was one of Jerry Seinfeld's mini stand-up comedy things, like different things that happened in the airport in line, or what was it, muffin tops they had, people that just eat their muffin tops. Just really stupid little anecdotal things, and I'm going to show you how to write those. The soap opera sequence, it sounds, especially because I have the actual course, and it's Andre Chaperone's course. And Andre Chaperone is a writer, and he's not really a video dude, and it's hard to get through his shit, and it's really kind of hard to understand what he does. If you've gotten one of my emails before, all a soap opera sequence is a cliffhanger. Okay, so you write out an entire email talking about whatever you want to talk about. And at the end, in the PS, you say, tomorrow, I'm going to tell you how to make $15 million with one email. So make sure and you're just setting them up. And you keep doing, and this is never ending. So your soap opera sequence is your main timeline, and it's never ending. Now, what I'm telling you is more involved in what I'm giving you right now, and it's not because I'm being a dickhead and not wanting to give you guys the information, because if I give you something, I'll give it to you all. I don't give a fuck, right? It's not like I'm trying to hold anything back. It's just too long in this one video to explain everything. So here's how your timeline looks, right? And this is your main, and this is what I call it inside of my email marketing software. This is my main timeline, okay? It's my soap opera sequence, and I call it my Seinfeld main timeline, right? And this is where everybody ends up. But then you have these little times like this that go off into what you call Seinfeld sequences, right? And a Seinfeld sequence is basically what my personal, what would you call it, formula to write these emails. And there's different ways to do it, guys. Different ways. Like what you want to do is still have a problem, agitate that problem, and then provide a solution for that problem. And then another way you do it is you tell a story, you make a lesson, and then you pitch. It's called an SLP, right? That's my own. Okay, and the solution here is obviously the pitch. Okay, so how you can do that, and that's what you do. You have your main Seinfeld sequence that kind of leaves them with cliffhangers, and this goes on forever. Okay, but then what happens is you find out once you start segmenting your list, and you find out that these people may be interested in, let's say, email marketing, right? Just say that. Then you start sending off little Seinfeld lessons, and you talk about pretty much like I did today. Like basically that was a pitch for a survival knife. Okay. And I was talking about how I use my everyday carry, and I was using terminology that only survivalists or preppers or people like that would understand, right? So I was saying I took my everyday carry and I cut open my suit because I was starting to drown in water, and they would have understood that my waders were filling up with water, right? And so I would have put a link with that on my EDC. And then the Bear Grylls survival knife, I would have put a link there because I was actually talking shit about the knife, but saying it worked, though, in a survival situation. And I got it pretty cheap, and I said that my daughter actually gave it to me, right? So I would have put links in those, and that was one story. The next story would have just been, like, actually, my wife was like, yo, you just tell them a good story next time. I'm like, all right. So the next would have been a good story. It wouldn't have been a survival story. Just been us going out, having a good time fishing, and talking about how we actually used some other things that we used to camp out that came in handy or something like that. Then the next one would have been kind of a paranoid thing. Most of these guys tend to go far, far, far to the right. So you could have been talking about how Trump right now, everybody's trying to set Trump up right now, and the country's going to shit, and you think the shit's going to hit the fan, and you really trying to talk about maybe a go bag that you're trying to get rid of, right? Or try to sell. And that would have been your main last Seinfeld email if you don't want to get caught when the shit hits the fan, when they try to impeach Trump or whatever the case may be. You better be prepared. These are words. Say again?
Yeah, all the riots and stuff.
Right, there's going to be riots and there's going to be mayhem. And what you're doing there is you're agitating right there, right? The problem is that they're trying to impeach Donald Trump. The agitation is that, the shit's going to hit the fan. There's going to be no water. People are going to riot. It's just going to be total mayhem. There's going to be a total shutdown. And the solution is your go bag. All right. And that's your Seinfeld sequence, right? But what I want to talk to you about is the relationship now. So now that you know how to send emails, you know how to collect the emails, what I want to talk to you about is the relationship. And what is your relationship with your readers, right? Number one is never suggest anything. I sell my own products to my readers, right? I mean, to my subscribers, number one. In my survival niches, except for the affiliate programs, obviously I'm kind of just messing around with that, right? And in the programs that I do myself, they're all my own programs. And I know they work. They're tested. They're approved. They're stamped by Sonny, right? They're my own things. But with the survival, I actually buy the products, I test the products, I make improvement to the product, which is what we're going to talk about in the Amazon FBA, is not just drop shipping. It's actually taking the products, because what everybody else is doing is drop shipping. You don't want to do that. You want to take the product, you want to rename the product, brand it yourself, make improvements to the product, and release it on the market. And that way you have your own shit. And when you have your Amazon listing, no one else can hop on your listing like they can. Well, you'll see 10 people on one listing because they have the same shit from China. Well, they won't be able to do that because your shit will be branded. Okay? And it'll be improved over the other people that are on there because these people will have a bunch of complaints. And I'll tell you how to go through that and make the improvements on your product, okay? That's a sneak peek, which you'll be getting in the Amazon FBA. So that's what I sell in my list is improved products that I've branded myself. The name of my the name of my shit is called Hooked Outdoors, okay? So now, how do you build that relationship? Well, I make videos. I show myself fishing, cooking outdoors, splintering wood, building fires, using the products that I use to make fires. I do vlogs with me outdoors and fishing and doing things. And you send that to your list and you do what I'm doing right now. Just what I'm doing right now. I give you guys lots of value. I give you guys real shit. I don't bring bullshit. Now, I notice a lot of dudes on YouTube come with these little 6-minute videos with a little thing like they're supposed to be giving you value, and it's never really shit. With my videos, you can take actionable fucking steps and make money with my free YouTube videos, right? And so the same thing goes when you're in the survival niche, for an example, and you give them actionable steps on how they can use a product that may not be yours, and you give reviews and you give honest reviews of products that you've used, and you give links without affiliate shit in it. And show them how to buy things that might be cool. Like, for instance, my EDC that I carry, my everyday carry knife, I actually bought from China. And it cost me like $10. And it is an awesome fucking knife. I actually really like it, right? I'll just give that link away. It doesn't matter. I don't want to make an affiliate thing. I don't want to sell it to you. Here's a great, awesome deal for this everyday carry. Survivalists love knives. They'll buy knives forever. And they'll buy what you suggest. Also, fishing shit, right? Now, there's a lot of garbage out there. But with fishing shit, I've bought some really cool fly fishing gear from China that works really well. I'll suggest it. I'll show myself fishing with it, show how to use it. It comes with the bearings kind of fucked up. And if you want to change it from left-handed to right-handed, you have to actually take it apart and put it together. Do a video on that and show this, guys, this is what I did. To make it from left-handed to right-handed, you need to take it apart. It's really easy. The instructions come on the package, but you can just watch this video on how I do it. Give them valuable shit, okay? And that is your relationship, okay? And that's how they're going to get on your list. Bring value, guys. This bullshit, this shotgun approach, man, is bullshit. It's no more, okay? all of that, trying to get, a million emails for 15 cents is bullshit, man. The cold emailing technique works for business, and that's cool, right? But that's a lot of work. But if you really want to cultivate a list of subscribers that you have a relationship with, I hate to say it, guys, but you got to give them shit, right? And trust me on this, man. I struggled with this for the longest. You have to give them shit. And it's, for me, man, it's really weird. I read it in a book the other day that they were like, the whole idea of secrecy is bullshit. And the moment that you realize that is the moment that you'll come out of that shell. And then there's a guy that I read on the internet named John Loomer, man. And I don't even like John. He's like a super dick. And then all of his shit is like, he's supposed to be some advanced Facebook guy. And he gives you everything that's like for a 2-year-old, right? I don't even like his shit. But the one thing that he says in his blog is like, because he gives out a lot of free information, right? And he's like, some people are going to buy from you and some people are not. And it's just the truth. There's a lot of you guys who are not going to purchase from me, and that's cool. But you love my information. You're a brand advocate. You give out links. You send other people to my YouTube channel, and you let people know about me, and it's really cool. And everybody works together to get the information out on how we can all get online and make money. Some of you guys purchase my products to support me. You do the one-on-one coaching and shit like that, man. And that helps me keep my channel alive and keeps money in my pocket, keeps a little coffee in the old coffee pot. And it's cool. We all kind of got this whole little ecosystem to help each other out in one way or another. And I have a family here. And it is legit community. If there's any bullshit that goes on in my group, people let me know about it. People spam it in the group, they get fucking booted. I've got cool moderators. John is my right-hand man. Jamie is there now, kicking ass and taking names. We're all one big family, right? And don't get the idea that you're putting together some shit to sell people shit. You're not. You're helping people, right? And you're building a relationship with these people. That's all it is, man. And it's honest work. I bullshit you not. There is no hokey pokey, man. It is honest fucking work, man. Just like what I'm giving you right now. I'm telling you exactly what you need to do to build a relationship with your email list. The thing that caught me about that post in my group, and I erased the post because it was a bullshit post, right? But the thing that caught me the most was he was like, it's not working. And the reason why it's not working is because you're saying it's not working. You're expecting some magic button to just happen or some magic email, and people are going to buy your shit. They know fake bullshit when they see it. So if you're in the survival niche and you never go outdoors, they can tell by your emails, man. I've seen dudes that write emails. They're way over the top. If you read my email and why I left it in the group, if you read that post and you look at it, you'll see that it's not so far over the top where it's not believable. It's written in my own, the way I talk. It's not grammatically correct. John is probably pulling his hair out. He hates when I write, I'm sure. But the way I write is so people can skim and read it. Right? Emails are not supposed to be written like a blog. They're supposed to be written like a fucking letter. And they're supposed to be written in your voice. And you need to know what the fuck you're talking about. So, if you are in the survival niche, what I suggest you do is go outdoors. And you don't have to go fishing if you want to, but you should go fishing. You should go start fires. You should go bushcrafting. And go watch a bunch of videos on that, right? Going outdoors, fishing, starting fires, and bushcrafting is pretty much survival, right? You're just not going way over the top with it. But you get the skills that you need to go out. And it's fucking fun anyways, though. My wife does it. Do you like it when I might be fucking crazy right now. I'm going to ask her, be honest. Do you like it when we go bushcrafting?
Yeah, I do.
She likes this shit. I'm telling you, man. I'm going to... Yeah, cooking. That's right. Because she cooks on her. She's badass, man. I'm going to show you guys a video in the group where she actually cooked a whole breakfast on the coals in a cast iron skillet, man. And the food just cooked with that fucking wood is the shit.
Yeah.
It tastes really good, right? And that's, oh man, they love those videos, guys. Bushcraft lunch, right? They love those videos where if you actually just go out and you cook a meal outdoors. That's one of the ones I sent out to my list, where we just cooked a breakfast and I've got a coffee pot sitting on the hot coals and it's just a dream. And we're sitting in front of the river and we're fishing that day. And it's just a dream of living outdoors, because a lot of guys are just fanboys and they're not going to go outdoors. And they don't believe that some of these things work. I don't use a lighter, ever. I don't ever use a lighter to light fires.
No.
I actually use the striker. And I can't think of the name. It's called fat wood. I use fat wood. Now, you can find fat wood. It's just wood with a lot of resin in it, right? And you take shavings of this fat wood and you put it in a little pan or a little area and you strike that fat wood, and because of the resin, it's real flammable, right? And then you build out a fire. People love watching you use fat wood. They love where you can find it, how to find it. And those are in coniferous trees, like pine trees, and you cut off the, they're like if somebody cut a branch off of a pine tree, the resin will be right there. Like say for instance, it was blood in a limb. It'll pile right there in the cutoff point. You could take a big chunk of that off, and it's gonna be full of resin, right? You see, you guys, you can see that I kind of half-assed know about it, right? So you can start, and once you watch the videos and you actually go outdoors and do it, you'll learn the terminology, and you'll fucking go out there and do it, and then you start writing your list and sharing those videos and sharing those experiences with your list. Now, when you go ahead and you do your, remember, we're on our timeline, okay? And I'm only using survival as an example, but you can do this with anything, guys. Whatever your niche is, okay? Okay, so now what you do is, remember, we have a timeline that we've written. I went out yesterday and I got stuck in. Now, with that email, I just ended it with a link to a product, right? But I could have, on that email that I posted in the group, just said, tomorrow I'm going to tell you how I fell off a cliff. And we had to climb the face of a cliff to get to a special trout fishing location. And this shit really happens, by the way, right? And I could have left them a cliffhanger and then tomorrow told them about that again. Now, each time someone clicks in your list, if you're doing your thing, right, I'm going to go over how to do this in a class, right? But if you are segmenting your list properly, every time they click on shit, you're segmenting your list to let you know what they're interested in. So when you tag them, and that's what you're going to use as tags, all you do is you just run a search for tag, and then you put knives, okay? Everybody that clicked on your knife shit will pop up. And when you start your Seinfeld email, like maybe you have a special affiliate knife that comes out, because I know guys that actually hand make these bushcrafting knives, right? And they have an affiliate program, or they're actually just selling them and you can get a commission, or you can just buy them yourself and just sell them to your list if you do a discount deal with the guy, right? But you tag everybody like knives, you tell your story about how you went out and you use a knife, put the knife through it's the whole test or whatever, put it through the measures, and then you leave value, and then you leave a link at the end and say, guys, and be honest with them and say, hey, guys, you guys know that I leave you guys tons of value, man. I'm going to let you know I got this knife for sale. I make a few bucks, can buy a cup of coffee or whatever, keep going out bushcrafting. If you like it, here's a new knife that I'm coming out with, and I'm going to endorse this knife. It's a kick-ass knife. The list will appreciate it. You have a relationship with them. The people that are interested in that knife and that can afford that knife are going to click the link and they're going to purchase it. People ask me for affiliate links. If I don't leave an affiliate link, they'll hit me and they'll say, hey, Sonny, if you have an affiliate link for that, I'd love to go ahead and let you get the money for that. And I don't mind. People hit me just recently in my Living La Vida Loca course. Somebody said, hey, Sonny, man, I'm going to join AWeber. Do you have an affiliate link, man? I want you to get a little bit of cash. And I go, yeah, man, the affiliate link's already down there. I appreciate that. No, cool, man. I want you to be able to get something out of this. So build a relationship with your people, man. And I know you guys are thinking, man, how can you give away so much? If people say it all the time, Sonny, I think you're crazy for giving away so much information. Number one, guys, I am so fucking packed full in my head of information. You'll never get it all. Seriously, man. You'll never get it all. Never. But I love this shit, number one. And I know that sounds corny and it sounds cliche, but I really love this shit. I really like telling you guys what I'm telling you right now. For me, it's awesome. I'm like, look at all this shit I'm telling these guys, right? It's like, fuck, these guys are really going to get a lot of value out of this. And so, but you'll never know everything. And the people that really appreciate you will reciprocate and say, hey, Sonny, man, here's a cup of coffee. I've actually had people buy me a cup of coffee. They'll go on Amazon and buy me some coffee. And it's cool as fuck, man. So that's pretty much how you need to build a relationship and how emails won't work, right? They're just an email with information in there for people to buy shit. Now, where it's really cool is when you have an email with 20,000 people, right? When you have an email with 20,000 people and they're all responding with a 30% open rate and a 10% click-through rate, now you're kicking ass. And you're emailing your list 4 times a month. Maybe even you email your list maybe twice a week with some small product that you endorse, some affiliate product or whatever. People will respond. And there's your money, right? But should you do it the fast way or should you build it slow? I have chosen to build my list slowly over time. You know, I might have 600 to 1,000 people right now. To give you an example, my affiliate list I've been building for the last 2 weeks, and I have 1,000 people on it, right? My personal list with you guys on it, the people I love, my squad, the list is 600 people strong, and I've been doing it for 3 months, right? But it's a very strong list. People don't say they don't want to hear from me. They don't unsubscribe. When I write them a letter, I get thank yous. People go to the group and they go, man, I read Sonny's email today. It was an awesome email. Or people hit me back and go, Sonny, thank you for that motivation. Build relationship, guys. That's what all this shotgun approach with automation, I put that in the group about automating and shit, man. That shit's over with, man. Build relationships. If you're going to be on Twitter, don't automate it. If you're going to be on Instagram, don't automate it, man. Talk to people, snipe those people out and let them know, hey, man, I really like what you got going on. If you'd like to follow me, you know, bring some value to them. If you see somebody doing some whack shit on Instagram, say, hey, man, if you'd like to, you know, be a little bit easier what you're doing, man, stop spamming people and try to do this. Here's a video suggesting of what I do on Instagram or whatever. Just whatever the fuck you have to tell them, whatever you're doing. Try that shit out, man. And coffee break.